Bruh. Jesus.
Let me introduce Brooke. If you haven't met him before, this is Brooke.
Hey everyone, I'm Brooke.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm a plantophile. I've got a problem. I like plants. So I live here in this greenhouse, kind of like an 18th century garden gnome would live. And
Yeah.
this is what we do here. We take care of plants. And so Lauren's here this morning to learn.
We're answering questions. We're answering y'all's questions about the plant. How do the different flavors affect you differently?
Well, the different cultivars and varieties we grow have different compounds in them. And so those different compounds, whether they be cannabinoids or terpenes, interact with the human body differently. And everyone has an endocannabinoid system. And so when you ingest these different compounds from different varieties, you kind of get these different blends. It's kind of like listening to different music. It's all music, but some of it sounds different. It's all hemp, but some of it feels different. So basically, you got to figure out what matches your vibe.
Can you taste all the flavors? Now, this is a good question because I do feel like when I first started getting to know the ladies, they're named like Cherry Mom, Cherry Blossom, Cherry Wine, Hawaiian Haze. Like they have very specific names, so maybe touching on that kind of stuff.
Sometimes the names mean nothing, and sometimes they mean everything.
What does that mean?
It means a typical breeder who is trying to show the lineage in a name will use the names of the parents to generate the next name. But some people are just naming things to make them sound cool.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the breeder can do what they want. It's kind of like if you want to name your baby whatever you want when you breed.
But that doesn't mean that my baby's going to taste like that. That's what the question was. What does the different
No, again, like I said, sometimes they do indicate flavor, sometimes they don't. For instance, if you're getting a lemon haze, typically the plant would be high in limonene, which would be a particular terpene, which lends itself to a lemon flavor. So yes, sometimes the names do indicate that, but I do not believe that cherry indicates a cherry flavor by any means. That mic is in my face, girl.
Good morning, Haley. Hello, Holly. This is Brooke, our cultivator, and he's answering questions about the plant.
I am your grower.
He's our head grower, everyone. He's a hoot and a half. He knows more about this plant than most people learn in a lifetime. He's freaking genius. So is it legal for all 50 states? Do you have to be 21? It is federally legal for us to ship to all 50 states, and then it varies between 18 and 21 depending on your region. These plants and ladies have no THC, correct?
They say no THC? Record scratch. No, there is some detectable levels of THC. However, they are below the legal threshold of 0.30. So there is some THC in the product and in the plant itself. So it is full spectrum in the sense that we're not missing any of the compounds, but again, federally legal and compliant.
What is full spectrum? Because I think you see a lot of isolates. So what does full spectrum mean for someone using the plant?
Full spectrum means that you have a vast variety of all the cannabinoids and terpenes that could be produced in the plant, and they're not being removed in the extraction process. So for instance, you may buy a THC-free product, which means sometime in the manufacturing and extraction process, the THC has been removed, typically through a column or some type of laboratory process that allows them to pull it out. So you're no longer getting the full spectrum. You may be getting what's called a broad spectrum, but not the full spectrum. So when you're buying products and looking at products, you want to understand the source. So if it says 3,000 milligrams of CBD, it could be 3,000 milligrams of just CBD from an isolate, which is a powder that's just that one compound extracted. Or you could be getting 3,000 milligrams of terpenes and other cannabinoids. So you got to do your research.
Or just listen to Brooke. Brooke actually teaches classes on this. She'll teach a class on this, so he is very smart. Oh, nice. Thank you for the answer, Brooke. Now, wow, this dude is very smart. Love it.